gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, never whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown episode 55. Here with the gang as usual.
So,
Indeed. Here with the gang as usual. Strawhat Mod in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, y'all? Hope y'all having a great Monday and a lovely night. Let's get it.
Word. I appreciate that.
It's Monday. You gotta, shake it off.
No.
Everybody dressed, go back to work in their lives. So, gotta throw that Monday shout out. I like Mondays.
It was President's Day, so, a lot of people didn't work like me. I was at home chilling, minding my business.
Oh, lucky.
Same here.
That's tough. Y'all didn't have to work. Can't relate, though. Unrelatable content. It'd be like that. Mr. G, what's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Yo, quick shout out to my best friend. He got married this weekend. My boy MAZZ and Catherine. Congratulations to y'all. I was the best man. Got this shawl that we were using for the entrance. Looking all spiffy, looking like kings.
Okay. Flexing.
Yo, bro, this wedding was OD. Like honestly, Crazy Rich Asians level. Like it was like they had OD lot, like everything. It was awesome.
That's lit. Congratulations to them, man. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend sometimes.
Made everyone cry with the speech too. All the practicing with the podcast. I killed the speech.
Stop. He hit the anime best friend speech on him real quick. That's sick. I'm happy for you.
You already know.
Congratulations to them. Much love.
Thank you.
DD couldn't make it, unfortunately, this week. He's a little sick of the weather. We're gonna wish him a quick and speedy recovery, of course. Sending him best wishes.
Yeah, he'll be out for a little bit, he says, so.
Yeah, he won't be in for the next couple episodes.
Yeah, so keep sending him prayers, guys.
Yep, sir. Last but not least, of course, that guy YHuss in the building. Back in the flesh, you feel me?
For real. Yes, sir.
Our picture last time was Shanks because I was missing.
Yeah. Go, baby, go.
Can I tell y'all a secret? Every time one of y'all are going, I just look up funny One Piece pictures, and then I just choose whichever one makes me laugh.
It's a good one, bro. It works. Yeah,
I do feel like the ones that you picked do correlate with us to an extent.
I do pick characters that I know that y'all fuck with. I try to, so.
That's some disrespectful shit. Like, fuck.
Yo, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, but I'm super happy to be back. I was watching the episode back, like I was telling these guys, and I was like, man, I hate missing it. I wish I gotta be here, man. So yeah, happy to be back. Had a great tournament weekend. But sometimes the Strawhat Sitdown is where I need to be. So
it'd be like that. It'd be like that. We definitely appreciate you back, man. You'll have a nice little episode today. So before we go into chapter 1075, we were talking before the podcast, and there were some things that we wanted to glaze over once more from the last chapter, 1074. So very quickly, we're going to backtrack a little bit before we go into our regular chapter breakdown. Do you guys want to spearhead it? Because I wasn't 100% on
YHuss got it. YHuss and mod. You guys got that.
Yeah, it's really just the ending. I don't think there was too much that I remember that I wanted to bring up from the. Oh yeah, I believe. Okay, I remember exactly what I wanted to bring up. So maybe the third or fourth page, Callie, where Sendamaru was sitting down. Maybe the next one or the one before that. Yeah, this one right here. So, yeah. So okay, right here it says, "What worries me now is that the Navy keeps looping its communications to prevent us from getting updates." Guess I'm worried about that too.
That was different from what we talked about. Yeah.
I remember you were reading it, and you made a great point that the OG, the one that we read in the scans, was saying, "Yeah, they keep sending me calls. They must think I'm still on their side." So there's this problem with the translation where the official says something like this, and the OG one says that they still think Sendamaru's on their side. So that's just something to remember. In that we could probably guess as to which is right. Which one is the real, like, what he really wanted to say, and it might be, maybe there'll be a tweet from Artur or something like that will clear up. So there's that to remember, that this could go either way, and that's just like a clarification thing. And the end where Wapol says this thing, where it was something along the line.
Okay.
Yeah, it really was a lot of talking. And so the joke that Callie made was that, man, y'all better not tell me Waffle's gonna be a major character. Shut the hell up. I died listening to that. Yeah. But so the thing is, it kind of feels like reading the chapter that like Waffle's here like out of nowhere. But actually, at the end of the Reverie, someone was telling Morgans, Wapol has some intel for you, right? So really, this is probably like from that. So Wapol's probably the one who made something like this sort of thing happen. And I think, Maud, you were gonna ask, do we think like Wapol has something going on?
I was saying yeah, because I remember last week when I talked about it, I said that we didn't know if like Vivi, when Morgans was motivated to take Vivi at the Reverie, or if he was there, or whether if Wapol was the one that communicated with him, because I felt like, because he got underworld dealings and all that other jazz, and it seemed like he would be the type of character that would know Morgan. So I thought maybe when everything broke out, the revolutionaries, I mean, obviously we don't know exactly why Vivi dipped. I mean, we know Cobra got assassinated and everything else, but we don't exactly know why Vivi left per se. So yeah,
it's definitely something to question, right? And so I don't know, I feel like it's kind of hard because, like you said, he's a lot of underworld dealings, and I believe for some reason the case is that he made a lot of money with the new Wapol medal, right? So that's how he's the king now or whatever. So yeah, so he is gonna be a big feature, Callie. I'm just letting you know it's gonna happen. Yeah. It's one of those things where Oda just planted the seeds, so watch out for it. And another translation thing is that, so he says there at the top left bubble, keep your voice down, and then he says their goons will whack us next, talking with the government. Yeah. But in the me and Mr. talked about it a little bit, but in the original it said they're gonna erase us. I feel like when I hear the word erase, that reminds me of like Emu and
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's an interesting difference.
Damn, these TCB translations is kind of lacking. That's kind of tough, man.
Yeah. So, like, again, that's kind of why it's whack. What do we believe, right? Like, which one is the accurate one?
Right.
Yeah.
We have to see where it goes every single time. Yeah, I appreciate you guys entertaining my musings about the episode. It was good to watch, man.
Of course, man. It's definitely dope, and definitely some extra info that we might not have fully fleshed out, that you were able to bring to us. That's why we appreciate you here, man.
Sir, nerd king, bro.
We hit all the aspects in this podcast, bro.
He loves to see it. All right, so we go into the current chapter, 1075. That was this week's. I'm gonna go with the freeform summary again, so I'm just gonna go to the chapter. We'll stop whenever we want something to talk about. We'll do it like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Chapter 1075, Labo Stratum Death Game. Can I just say, when I first read the title, I popped off a little bit, just because I saw Death Game, and I don't know if it's just the sudden surge of Death Game shows and media and shit, but this shit got me hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I was interested to see how they would bring that type of thing into One Piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
Cover story. We got
This cover story was kind of hard.
We
I
got
liked
Vegapunk.
it.
This is the Gorosei behind them, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Shadows.
I love how they look. They look so cool.
I do, and I think also like something to note is that it's the exact same guys, and this is at least 20 years ago or so, if I had to guess.
Yep.
Vegapunk, he doesn't actually. I have to contrast his Ohara appearance, but he looks pretty young, probably younger than that even. So
Yeah.
this is a while ago, and I know we talked about how Gorosei looked the exact same here. So like maybe does it? A lot of people are saying, does it give more credence to the fact that they might have had the eternal youth surgery from Law's fruit performed on them? Like, what do you guys think about that?
A long time ago, I thought maybe that was like a plausible theory, but now I'm kind of leaning away from that just because of the fact that I don't know if the youth surgery or whatever can affect 5 people. I feel like it's like when I look back at like Dressrosa and Doflamingo was talking about it, he made it seem like, if you use it, it's going to be for like one person, most likely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But is it really a stretch to think that they could use 5 slaves and
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah,
maybe some teaching. You know what I mean? I don't think it's too much of a stretch that like they gave up 5 people for it. Maybe they controlled them some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't think the theory has any credence at all. It still does. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm like leaning, just kind of leaning back from.
Yeah, I also don't think I agree because I think the person's actually Emu, but. I think
the person that received the forever spell.
Like if they're all on the same level using that shit, then like it kind of puts away from the fact that Emu's like they're like god or whatever.
Word.
So I think it's Emu, but I do think like essentially they look the exact fucking same.
Yeah, but I think that their immortality might come from something else, like something else that we have not
the immortal fruit.
Discover.
Maybe. They also could just be old as fuck. Korea is just old as fuck for all we know, right?
Yeah,
true.
No,
and that is like because that was a theory a long time ago that whatever that Korea is using to be like that how old she is what the Gorosei is doing, like whatever that is.
Word.
So
definitely a possibility. I am a little curious as to what was the last cover story before this? It was I'm looking at it right now. It was the 3 of them fighting.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what this meeting is about, because it says that he gathered a meeting with the elders over his scientific genius. I'm guessing maybe I don't know actually, because he was already working with the government before this.
Are we sure?
It wasn't like a meeting to work with them. What?
Well, are we sure that he was working with the government before this?
Because I remember a few cover stories ago, he was making those weapons and shit. I guess that wasn't necessarily for the government,
I think
was
he's
it?
a pacifist. Yeah, I don't think we know for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So this might be the beginning of that partnership. And also, I think Loki think something that kind of points to that is that he made the bullets to flowers, and then we see that the other members were like shocked, right?
Yeah.
And then they're fighting. So I think this is like the beginning of the breakup and the beginning of the breakup.
Okay, this is where Vegapunk starts steering off on his own accord.
He probably got the recognition, and that's why the other 3 are like fighting, because Vegapunk's getting all the praise. He's the one going to see the Gorosei.
I was thinking plus that as well, that they don't even agree. They don't like. They're probably villainous. They don't want gunflower during flowers. They don't fuck with that shit, right? So a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think that's what it's pointing to, really.
Okay, makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah,
more to come soon with the cover stories. Going into the chapter, we get the radio, the aftermath of the explosion from last chapter. They're radioing into Pythagoras.
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah, Pythagoras.
Right, and they're not getting any answer. We see the aftermath of the explosion. No, we don't see any activity though. At least not yet. We get Shaka in the control room trying to figure out what's going on, looking through the cameras. He gets a little bit of footage from the hallway where the explosion is, but as soon as he notices it, he sees a shadowy figure come towards the camera, and that transponder snail also explodes.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to talk about what that shadow might be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we already know what it is from later in the chapter.
I mean, some people were saying that, like, that shadow is the thing that's like actually manipulating what is happening later in the chapter.
Yeah, like rather than the Seraphim, it's like whoever is putting this all together.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you don't think it's actually the Seraphim that did this?
Some people don't.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was Caribou for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of that's
I know that's one of the
a
theories.
leading answer.
I do know that's one of. Let's get deeper in the chapter and then we can
Okay.
start breaking
Okay.
down.
Okay. All right.
So the camera's getting shut off. They're losing communications in their headsets between everybody. They can't hear each other anymore. Then we start moving around to the different floors, see where everybody's at. We have Nami, Brooke, and the little dude whose name escapes me. Little Vegapunk.
Edison.
Right. Okay. We have these three in one area. Nami notices some jewels. As normal, as per usual.
Classic Nami.
An interesting comment made by Edison was that the diamonds that she found are man-made. They're meant to be for industrial purposes only, but they can create actual diamonds. Of course, this lights up Nami, and now she's furiously looking for the Stella to try and get rich, as she should. We move on to the next floor, where we see Atlas. That's Atlas, right?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm good. Okay. We see Atlas.
Yes, sir.
We see Atlas, Chopper, and Robin also looking for the Stellar unit. We find out that Atlas's face is a mask. She can replace any part of her body. Robin looks around and we find out that the area that they're in is an area full of man-made organs, or I guess it's organs, right? It says organoids.
Same shit. Yeah,
it's
same
the same.
shit.
Yeah. So it's a whole bunch of organs surrounding their room, surrounding in the room that they're in. I don't think there's anything else of note. Chopper just says he thought it was Vegapunk's organs cut up to pieces.
No, Robin said that, and Chopper's reacting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yeah, in her usual like dark humor kind of way.
Oh,
Every time,
okay.
bro. She's always throwing
what?
that shit.
That makes a lot more sense because on first read, I was like, why? What indicates that this would be Vegapunk all chopped up? But it was Robin being okay. I appreciate y'all, man, because some stuff really just be going over my head. Y'all are the good.
Oh, it's too big a series, man.
That one definitely went over my head.
Yeah, it'd be like that. We go back to the floor where Shaka and Luffy are. Still no communications between them. Cameras are getting shut off one after the other. And Shaka makes the realization that there's somebody else in the lab with them. We switch over to another floor where we see Sanji, Stussy, and Jinbei. Sanji being a simp as always. We find out that they're on the weapons development floor. Ooh, excuse me, which is why it's so big. They don't want to make sure that nothing gets set off. We then switch over to another floor with Usopp, Vegapunk 1. What's her name again?
Lilith.
Okay. Vegapunk, Lilith, Usopp, Frankie, and this Vegapunk whose name also escapes me. How do
York.
Yeah,
Jesus
York.
Christ, I had one. I got one. That's all that matters. I got one.
Technically, you got two because you got Shaka right also.
Yeah,
so.
I guess. Yeah. That was easy. So they were on this floor with these guys now. One of them has a bubble gun that says it makes the strongest bubbles that can bounce anything back. This also reminds me of the
Kuma.
The wait, what?
The Kuma, right?
Yeah, the Kuma, right? Because he used a bubble shield, right? Yeah, the pacifista used a bubble shield or whatever. So we got to assume that this is the same materials from that in this gun as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Pretty much, yeah.
So this group is also looking for the Stellar unit, and they come across the explosion from last chapter. They see a silhouette of somebody, and they run up and find out that it's Pythagoras, or just his body at the very least. His head is missing. Then in the distance we see the shadow of a little figure, which we then find out is Pythagoras' head, which has grown its own legs and arms. They all run up to the head trying to figure out what's going on. Pythagoras is trying to get something out, but he can't seem to get the words out. He then asks where York is. York is, which is on the other side of the bridge with one of the Seraphim, and she's being all cute to it, whatever. But lo and behold, the Seraphim turns on her and completely turns her to stone. Yep, everybody's shot. The Seraphim can move on its own. Atlas, or not Atlas. Wait, that is Atlas. Wait, no, that's not Atlas. That's Lilith. Oh my God! One of the Vega. I'm not even saying names. I'm not saying names no more. One of the Vegapunks tries to stop the Seraphim, but the Seraphim completely ignores orders and blows a blast at them, knocks them off of one floor down to a floor below.
By the way,
go ahead.
I told y'all from a few weeks ago. Well, remember when we were talking?
You're right.
Yeah. See, so now y'all kind of have to Wait,
what did you say?
So.
Oh my God!
It was like, I'm sorry, it's just funny. Okay, so you remember a couple of weeks back, maybe it was like a month or so ago, when this Seraphim, the Boa Seraphim, turned all those dudes into stone, and everyone made a big deal about it.
We were calling
okay, we were saying that they were perverts or whatever because she was young. She looked like a little girl, and we were assuming that they had to be attracted to her for her ability to activate. But,
yeah.
Okay, but she's just claiming her as cute.
Yeah.
And she's got turned to stone, so it's not necessarily like a romantic or a sexual attraction necessarily.
Yeah, which I said.
Yeah, you said that. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right, you're right, man. You got it. Congrats, you're right, man. You got it. You got it,
This is a good
man.
lesson. It's a good lesson. You gotta assume the best of everyone.
I respect it. Bro wanted his, I told you so. I respect it. That's real.
I mean, it's just a little funny thing that I noticed. I just said, we can assume the worst, but I'm just gonna assume that Oda is just saying that they're more or less just she's cute, or just whatever. She looks like Boa, and they could be thinking about Boa from that. It could be so much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll be like that. They all get knocked to the floor below. Still no communications between them, and one of the Vegapunks makes sure to exclaim that they need to stop joking around and they won't stand a chance in this fight because they designed them to be the most powerful beings around. We then go back to the area where Luffy, Zoro, and Shaka are, and Zoro's asking for help because the Hawk and the Kuma Seraphim are both on the prowl and looking to attack. They were trying to hit the CP0 agents, but Zoro stops them and saves them. They both start shooting off attacks, none of them listening to Shaka still. We then see the CP0 agents, seeing that they also are targets of the Seraphim, decide to ask Zoro and Luffy to untie them, since they have a common enemy now. They think that they should work together. Much to Zoro and Luffy's dismay, as shown in the last panel. I was definitely cracking up when I saw this panel.
Oh my goodness!
What with these faces, bro?
Real quick, we also see Shaka making a very important distinction. He says if they won't take my orders, they must already be acting on a command issued by a Vegapunk. He then says, between all the things going on, it looks like somebody's up trying to kill them all. Yep, and that's it. That's the chapter.
So, real quick, I think I want to talk about who's potentially is controlling the Seraphim and who's doing all this. So, do y'all still think it's Shaka?
Oh, I actually think I know exactly what it is. I think, Mister, did you read Arthur's thread?
I did.
I actually did too.
Okay.
I did.
Mod, do you have any ideas?
Do I have any ideas? I just think it's Vegapunk himself.
Like the Stella?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's also that idea also doesn't kind of conflict with what Arturo was saying, which is Mr. Kelly, do you guys agree that he's kind of just spitting facts. There's no real way to deny what he's saying, right?
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
So what to feel you and anyone else. So basically, if you look through the chapter, Shaka asked him to stop. Alice is out of commission while it's all going on. Lilith, York literally got God. Lilith tells him to stop, and Pythagoras got attacked. Edison didn't tell him. Edison didn't issue any orders and didn't put himself in a position to like. Because if they're saying stop and they're not listening, that means they're not the Vegapunk that issued the order, right?
Also, real quick before you continue, remember Edison was the one though that issued the order for them to stop originally. Yeah. So, right? But when they were attacking Lilith, when Zoro was stopping Mihawk, yes, Edison stops. Edison yells to the Seraphim, stop, right? And since then, no order has been given to them. They're supposed to be chilling. That's why Lilith even said, "You got to be in the lab right now. Why are you here?" So he was the one who overturned his own order, apparently, according to this theory. And he has been the one that hasn't put himself into a position to like. So if he was getting attacked and he said stop, they would stop, right? But he's the only person that they didn't show getting attacked or giving a command. So
wait, we talking about Edison?
Yeah, the little nigga.
The one who we thought was attacked,
right?
No.
So this could be like a fake out.
That was the one that the explosion happened on, right?
Yeah, the guys with ooh, I don't even know who he's with. Chopper maybe and Robin.
Oh, whoa, wait! I'm mixing up Pythagoras.
Okay. It's because Pythagoras got smaller once his.
He is a little nigga now.
Yeah. That's why I just got smoked right there.
No, yeah. But another thing that kind of points to that is I believe it was he said when the force field goes down initially when they're fighting CP0 and that's how CP0 got to the lava sphere. Edison isn't in the room and he's the only one they don't show.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah,
it's looking bad. So we all agree, like he's looking terrible right now, right?
Yeah, he is kind of looking terrible. But wait, what was the reasoning again? Why the other satellites couldn't?
I'll go over it, right? So Lilith and Shaka are like fully out because they gave an order to the Seraphim and they didn't stop.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They're definitely out.
At the ending of the chapter, he was like trying to tell them to stop.
Yeah, and you said, "I command you to stop" to the Boa Seraphim. So that definitely not them. And then Atlas is kind of deemed out because she was out of commission the whole time and she's getting repairs the whole time, and now she's up and running again. And when we see all the other Vegapunks together, except Edison, she's also with them with Shaka and Lilith, and she's in the room when the field goes down too. So Alice generally. She's not like 100% cleared, but it's unlikely to be her.
Right.
And then Pythagoras, he got attacked, and although that's not completely clear, it's like pretty. That's also like
it's pretty damn it.
Yeah. And then who am I missing? Am I missing anyone?
Nah, I don't think so. Because you went over.
Yeah.
So
So Pythagoras is not fully clear because like he didn't give a command, but getting attacked is a damning thing. But I also think the Stella unit being gone is also like it could play into that. What if Edison is working on the Stella's like prerogative? You know what I mean? They could like it's not over for like the original Vegapunk. We don't know what he's doing. He could have disappeared himself.
That's true.
But
I'm just thinking about it.
The problem I'm still having though with this theory, it's not that like what you said sounds great, but shouldn't all the satellites have equal command?
We know though that makes sense.
No, it does, but it goes to what they were saying in the previous chapter with fucking Stussy. After Rob Lucci gave them the order, right? Even though she's an equal status level of Lucci, she wasn't like her orders weren't going.
Yeah, because if you're on the same level as someone, you can't overturn their orders.
Yeah. And that's why Oda specifically mentioned that in that chapter earlier for this moment.
That's why.
That's why
what Callie pointed out about what Shaka said. It has to be a Vegapunk because I can't overturn their orders.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think that's like an oddly specific rule to add.
That is very specific. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it kind of has to be Edison.
But it's either Edison or, like people were saying, it could be fucking the Stella unit because that would make sense for him to be like a little bit higher.
There was also inside that same theory.
I was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
In that same theory, it was also stated that it could possibly be the island itself, or not the island, but Punk Records.
The Punk Records, yes.
Right, because Punk Records is supposed to be this ever-learning, vast AI. So if it is continuing to gain knowledge, it could have gained sentience. And we don't necessarily know its motives or anything, but it would definitely have the means to impersonate a Vegapunk and give orders to Seraphim. And it would also explain how the dome got shut down, because we still don't have any clue how that happened either.
Yeah.
Just
that would make sense, especially because like they said, the room that they were in, there was no one there. So if we could be getting some fucking like iRobot type shit going on,
I was just thinking that.
The AI is like, and like it makes sense to the AI. Like, no, why are we going against the government? Like, we should be working with them. All these motherfuckers gotta get killed, and then like, because the whole dome thing, I don't know. Once I read the AI thing, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But
could be.
We'll
speaking of Punk Records, I also feel like something Oda really has to explain is that, assuming that this whole idea of Edison that he's gonna turn on them, like when this happens, maybe there's like a catalyst, something like that. But do you guys agree that it's like kind of sudden? Because my point is that Punk Records, it synchronizes their memories every single day. So like, this shouldn't be like a blindsiding thing to them. They know what other people like go through and stuff like that. So like, how did they get away with this whole like how is this happening? Like, did they not like have any plans? Was it just random? Did this happen today? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shoot, honestly, I don't know. I'm drawing blanks on it.
Me too, bro.
That's why I'm so happy there's no break this week. We do have a chapter coming out this week, so
yeah. And before I read Artur's thing, I thought there were no clues or whatever, so I was mad. I was like, "Fuck, bro!" But this is damning in my opinion. This chapter. But there's still the shadow to talk about, right? And
right. So y'all are saying the shadow could be someone who was also working alongside whoever's trying to take over the island, or is the mastermind or whatever.
Because if it was the boss Seraphim, I don't know. I just feel like it was like, because okay, if it was the boss Seraphim at this moment, if Shaka saw that, it wouldn't really be a big deal because he can't talk to the other Vegapunks anyway. So they would still be caught off guard. So I feel like this person that they're hiding from the camera, like from our point of view, has to be a Seraphim.
Yeah, it's someone unique.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Do you think it was the same person that caused the explosion?
No, I think the explosion was definitely the Seraphim, just because Pythagoras got up and he was like, guys, don't go near the Seraphim,
Yeah.
So
I see what you mean now.
Yeah. Because like, yeah, but it doesn't make for me this specific the camera thing does not make sense for it to be a Seraphim, but it would just be weird for him to hide the identity. So one of the answers is Caribou, in my opinion. I think it's like not a bad guess, because he like disappeared ever since Zoro kicked him off the ship, completely disappeared.
Yeah. And we do know that he was trying to get with whoever he is in charge of, like whoever he works for, right? Yeah. So
he has like some impetus to probably betray the Straw Hats in some sense.
I don't want to give him too much credit. I fucking hate Caribou, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, and also we have to talk about it. There's also some people believe that it is the Gorosei that's here, the Mr. Saturn.
I thought that's what I thought.
I can see it. I can see it. How people think that.
Yeah, I see that. I feel
like there would be a transition. That's why it's the same reason I can't get behind a few chapters ago when we said that Kizaru was already on the island. I feel like
I completely agree.
I feel like we would get a transition or like a sign that they would hop on the island. I just don't see them just popping up and running shit in the shadows after they were so clearly announced to be on their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I agree. That's why I was like, I wasn't like 100% on it being them. I was like, I know they showed you that, like the hierarchy thing, and that they're above Vegapunk, but I don't think he's here just yet because they made it clear that he was going there.
Yeah, and if he was the one giving orders to the Seraphim, then the whole like would Oda be playing the angle of it's got to be a Vegapunk, because Edison does look sketchy too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's Saturn.
You saying that though, it made me like the whole AI thing, right? So what if the AI is like, doesn't just side with the government. It sides with the Gorosei specifically because they're like, if all this information goes out to the world, it would destroy the world or some shit like that. So they agree with them. Because I would not be surprised if like, because we saw them make holograms, like realistic holograms. What if like the AI itself contacted the Gorosei and was like starts working with him or some shit like that, and then they were able to like make a hologram to get that command out. But then I also remember they said you can't do it over radios and transponders, but they never said anything about the holograms. So
I actually have something to bring up about what you said, bro. How do we know this person's working for the government? They wanted to kill CP0.
Yeah, well, that's true too. So, god damn it.
Yeah, this seems like whoever is here, it feels like it's an independent agent of some kind.
Yeah,
I'm loving it though. Like this whole chapter, I thought was fucking sick. Like Callie was
it's
saying.
a real murder mystery.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say this really does feel like a murder mystery. That also you know what that also reminds me of? I wish for the life of me I can remember who made this video. I cannot remember what YouTuber I was watching, but it was a One Piece video and they were just discussing One Piece and the charm of the arcs, and it was just how after maybe Water 7, every arc like had I don't want to say a theme, but like explored a different genre. You know, like Jesus Christ, I don't want to butcher this. What was the arc after Water 7?
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark. Thank you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thriller Bark.
That is crazy.
They went for like a horror kind of like I guess like a horror element to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, definitely.
Jesus Christ, I really wish I could remember this video. They had all the examples and stuff lined up. I can't quote it the same way it was, but just talking about this reminds me of that, because now we're delving into sort of a whodunit mystery type of thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And it's like Oda is definitely a wizard with stretching One Piece into these different types of stories while maintaining the same overall adventure. It's mad sick.
It's actually like really impressive too.
Yeah.
I never thought we'd get like an arc like this, you know. So I'm definitely hyped. Because like recently I got into watching a lot of whodunit murder mystery movies, like what's it called? It's on Netflix. Knives Out. Then you got the fucking Glass Onion, and also like the Murder on Oriental Express and the Murder on the Nile. If you guys want murder mystery movies, definitely check them out.
Yeah, the shout out, that sounds fire. There's like an anime back in the day, like Higurashi, like When They Cry. There's also the visual novel in the same series that like the murder mystery aspect of it is so fucking interesting, because not only I feel like do you have to worry about like what's happening, there's also like the information idea. So like what we're presented with, and like why the fuck would Edison want to kill the other Vegapunks if it's him, right? Yeah. Or like what's making a Vegapunk disappear? And then like what if the Vegapunk's disappearance is completely aside from Edison doing what he's doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so much like that we have to question and figure out. So yeah, I don't think there's anything too much that we haven't about the whole mystery. I feel like we've gone over a lot, unless anyone has anything else about the mystery. I feel like we question a lot about this chapter specifically, but there's still these Lucci thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, them working together?
Yeah.
I love these faces. Oda loves these faces too, bro, because he uses these shits a lot. It's been a lot lately. He didn't always use this face. It started like, I want to say started in Wano, right?
Yeah.
But he must have just loved this shit because he's running with it.
He did a few times early on, like with Momo. He would do like a disgusted face. Like it's been like throughout because I don't think we got Zoro and Luffy's face like this.
Yeah. It was a Strawhat Sitdown. It was the beginning of Wano when Zoro gets captured. When Zoro's in like on trial.
And then everyone sees like the fucking the news about it, and they all make that face.
Yeah.
The one
there's in Russia too.
The white bear one is the classic one to me. Like that, because he kept doing it. But first of all, remember what I told y'all last week, that whenever
you're collecting your dubs today, man.
Right, like no, it's just like Luffy and Zoro. It's not about collecting dubs. It's just cool that Luffy and Zoro You know, whenever it's just strictly them two, it's always a fight scene or some type of fight. Like, I just think that's pretty cool because then I thought back to all those times.
You did call that. That was a good call. That was good.
It's funny how that went because like the original idea was maybe they get back up and it's a little bit of a skirmish, but when we're like, yo, fuck that, these guys are scrubs, and Zoro and Luffy are kind of like us, you know, they're like working with you guys, we would never do that shit, right? So
right,
Oda like flipped it on its head. He thought he added everyone's like little like he was true to everyone's expectations in a sense, you know what I mean? So that shit's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Do y'all think they're actually going to do it?
Team up? Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I think.
You think so?
I think so. I don't think they bring it up just to and leave it on this cliffhanger just for them to be next chapter. Like, no, you're staying in your cuffs. Like, that wouldn't make no damn sense.
That would be hilarious, though.
That would be funny. I can't lie. That would be funny.
So I kind of have it. Oh, go ahead, mister.
I was just laughing, bro. Go ahead. You good.
So I'm going to be the odd man out. I'm going to have I have two theories. The one theory is that, and it all stems from the same conclusion. Because remember a little while ago, I was telling you about how Rob, how he was said that cap shit about Luffy. Like, I don't take him as an emperor or stuff. I feel like this is coming from that place. I mean, now obviously they're cuffed, and I'm pretty sure anyone who's cuffed in a situation would want to be uncuffed, but they're proposing to team up like they can't handle the Seraphim or whatever. And I think what's going to happen is going to be a display of power between Luffy and Zoro, and Rob and Kaku, mostly Rob, because he's the one that said the cap shit.
Yeah.
Will have a realization that, damn, these two are Yonko. Now, how that happens could happen one or two ways. One, they do get uncuffed, but those two are the ones that try to go after the Seraphim. They lose somehow or some way, and Luffy and Zoro win the fight against the Seraphim. Or they keep them cuffed and like, nah, y'all good, and then they take out the Seraphim, and they're like, damn, we didn't need to get uncuffed. Okay, like, but it's like the type thing, because I feel like they are coming from a place of like, oh, the Seraphim are strong, we need to team up, we must team up to stop them. And Luffy and Zoro got that face like, what? No, like, no. We'll just take care of it. And I can imagine Kaku and Rob like, y'all take care of it. No, like, we need to team up. You crazy? And then they, do the thing, and then they're like, oh shit, like, they're those guys.
I like that, and it goes in line with the theme that you brought up at the beginning of the arc. You said this at the beginning of the arc, and it's honestly stuck with me the whole arc because I really do feel it coming. It would definitely be part of showcasing, that this is a Yonko crew. And I mean, we said,
exactly.
At the beginning of the arc that this was going to be the arc that shows us and the world. I mean, this is not the same crew from Sabity that was getting fucked up by Kuma. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And literally, what better showcase of two
than
Seraphim?
With the Seraphim of Kuma that took them all away, and Mihawk. Yeah, yes. No, you're right. Wow. 100%.
And
100%.
And Mihawk. Yeah.
100%,
like
100%.
This is the moment where, like, and they keep hyping up the Seraphim, saying like they're like the strongest things ever.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Honestly, shit, it's actually coming together. I'm actually fully on board with that shit. Yeah. It's honestly all coming together. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
definitely makes a lot of sense.
This is it. I think, in my personal opinion, this is that point where we get acknowledgement from Rob of all people that he's Yonko material. Yeah. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And solidifies it. Yeah, definitely.
No matter how it happens, like if they uncuff them or if Luffy and Zoro just handle it themselves, which would be sick to see in my opinion. I'm so excited to see how the Seraphim stack up 1-on-1 versus these guys. Like, especially like Kuma and Mihawk Seraphims, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's gonna be
exactly.
Sick.
Yeah. I think Luffy's taking Kuma, Zoro taking Mihawk, but then they both use Conqueror and Fuse Haki to take them out.
She's gonna be sick. I don't know if I'd say. I mean, It's hard because Zoro is definitely gonna scrap with Mihawk, but we gotta remember that Zoro and Kuma have a little bit of history too, even though it's just a Seraphim. You know, from the shit that happened on Thriller Bark, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a callback in one way or another to you know, that moment when
I would be. You know, I'm not gonna lie though. You know, it doesn't mean they gotta fight one-on-one forever. I also think the best team fights in anime
is when they switch opponents. Yeah.
Luffy versus Mihawk. Say, yo, that's cool in its own way, right?
That would be sick.
That's true.
That would be sick.
Like they could be, and also, so we'll have to see if they untie these guys. It's gonna be an interesting dynamic. Like, and so yeah, I'm so excited.
I could definitely see like them getting untied, helping, and then trying to betray Luffy and Zoro, you know, or they just Luffy and Zoro like, yeah, fuck you guys, yo, let's just take these shits on ourselves, because we haven't seen them actually fight the Seraphim. You know, we got to see
the crew versus Jinbei, but not them.
Yeah, that and also we got to see like a little bit of Lucy and Kaku versus the Seraphims a little bit. And they already seemed overwhelmed, I feel like, at the time. But
yeah,
I mean, they weren't going awakened though, so I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say in that, like,
in that instant,
Zoro and Luffy also whooped Kaku and Lucci's ass. So, not to say, you know, Bob Lucci didn't show his stuff, but like, it was kind of crazy. These guys showed up just to get their ass whooped, so they probably have a little bit more in the tank to show for this arc, probably.
Yeah, but I'm just looking for the Luffy Zoro shine, because this is going next chapter. If it has such that, it's gonna be so freaking sick. Like I honestly can't wait.
I'm assuming next chapter is gonna be like we're gonna go on a break after the next chapter, so I'm thinking it's gonna be a fucking banger. Like and to either start or end of like. To start the fight, you know.
Y'all think they continue with the like? Are we going straight to the Seraphim? We going to Kuma backstory? What's y'all guesses?
Like where we're going next chapter?
Yeah, because this chapter was nothing but the killer, the death game part. So is it going?
Yeah, so we're gonna start getting into it. No, we're definitely gonna. I think we're gonna go across the island and see the fights between both the Seraphim groups. That's all I can honestly concrete think that we'll see in the next chapter. Everything else is up for fucking grabs, to be honest, because there's still so many other plot threads happening, not even just on the island, but you know, in the vicinity or whatever, or in different parts of the world and shit. The Oda could go anywhere, but I definitely think we're gonna at least see a little bit of scrapping. We're gonna definitely find out if they uncuff these guys. We'll see a little bit of scrapping at the very least between the Seraphims and the different parties involved.
Yeah, actually, Callie, I don't know if because you got your browser up, right?
Yes.
There's a comment up under of someone posted like what would happen if Luffy untied Rob and
I'm not on I'm on a different website. This might not be the website. I'm on.
Oh, you're not on TCB?
No, I'm not on TCB.
Okay, yeah.
I can send it to Discord. I think is it this one? I will send it to Discord.
Yeah. You probably see it. Yeah. That shit is hilarious. If you know,
this is crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Lucci, I never heard it from your lips. Say that. I accept Strawhat as emperor. Me personally, I wouldn't take this because this is crazy.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
See, even they think that. Like, I feel like it's in the air, like it's coming. Like.
So okay.
This is funny.
Well, do y'all think? Let's say they uncuff them and they work together. There's no redeeming Rob Lucci, right? There's no way Rob Lucci's joining the fucking Straw Hat fleet, right?
Whoa, no fucking wait. No.
Okay,
no.
All right, thank you. All right.
That who? Wait, what?
If you heard me. So someone this weekend at the wedding was saying, they're like, yo, what if this is the start of Rob Lucci's redemption arc and he becomes part of the Straw Hat fleet? And I was like, there's no way. I was like, yo, there's no way. I was like, there's no way Luffy would ever accept this dude.
In the words of my boy Any, that nigga reading 1 million piece.
1 million piece. I'm weak.
1 piece is enough,
bro. It's definitely not enough for the shit these niggas be saying.
Oh,
no.
Man.
Oh, wait. There's another one. If you go. The comment section is going crazy. There's another one with Rob Lucci. They fused Rob saying,
"Oh no, niggas are out of pocket."
Yeah, like, oh my god.
Did y'all post it?
I'll post it right now, bro. It's just out of pocket, bro.
That's tough. Me personally, I would take this level.
my
of
God.
slander.
You gotta hunt this nigga down, bro. Whoever
Bruh.
This is insane. I would not take this level of slander. This is crazy.
Gosh. Oh, I am crying. Oh no.
I feel like if you're the type of nigga to comment on a TCB page, bro, you gotta be like unhinged, bro.
Nah, no cap. No fucking cap. This is crazy.
Oh man, no, I didn't see this, bro. Now that this narrative is implanted, I need to see something like this, bro.
Oh my goodness.
That's too good.
Shoot. Yeah, y'all should see some of these comments. It's crazy.
I'm gonna have to start reading. I'm gonna start looking at
Yo,
them.
facts. I'm gonna have to start reading these comments after today, bro.
Yeah. I be reading the comments sometimes, and it just be wild. like, and it's so fast too, because it be at the chapter comes out.
Yeah, they're waiting, bro.
It's because they be reading the spoilers beforehand and shit, so they be ready on when the chapter drops with the memes and shit.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
That's true.
Yeah, but
All
hail Yonko Luffy though.
Indeed, my goal.
All hell.
We're gonna
All
see him in full action very soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it for the chapter though. Anything else you guys wanted to speak on?
No, sir.
No, I think that's good.
Nothing I can particularly think of. Nah, yeah, most of this chapter was about the who did it.
I feel like Arthur saved us so much time, bro.
We definitely would have been talking in circles had we not read that. Had we not read that thread.
Looking dumb as hell, yeah.
Nah, no, 100%. It'd be like that though. It definitely do be like that.
Yeah, it do. That's the beauty of it, man.
Yeah, I guess that's about it for this episode. Appreciate everybody. Thanks, shouts to everybody in Twitch chat that was hanging out with us today. We appreciate you guys.
Always.
Shouts to everybody that's listening on YouTube, Spotify, Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc., etc. We appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you guys follow the Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube, and follow the TikTok and follow the Instagram, all at Strawhat Sitdown. You type in Strawhat Sitdown into any of those websites, and you will find us.
Yep.
So look for us and subscribe and follow and show us love because we deserve it because we're amazing. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's about it for this week. No break next week, so we will be back Sunday with an episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll be back on Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Till next time, hope you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace out. Congrats, Maz and Kat. Love you guys.